Buck, let's talk about this Josh Downs phenomena here, and I want to sort of couch it with Jason's point there. He caught 15 of 16 targets. He was open. Drake May, of course, gets them the ball. But Virginia did a good job on virtually everybody else. I mean, Drake May still dished it around to what, 7 other guys not named Josh Downs. So Drake did his job, but it proves the adage, and it brings me back, and it's relevant next week, to Michael Campanaro. You remember that, don't you, Buck? That discussion when
one guy can't beat you.
I said one guy will not beat North Carolina. It won't
That's going to be written on your tombstone, Buck.
12-0, 12-0, and all that, and Michael Campanaro. A lot of great predictions we've had here. But Josh Downs was that one guy yesterday. I tweeted about it. I think they're the best pass catch duo in the country. I don't know who's better at it, but Downs, he's a little guy, but he plays as big as you can be on the field, just perspective-wise. Let's talk about that just briefly. Perspective-wise, he's as good as anybody I've seen at Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, you could toss out some names like Hakeem Nicks, who'd probably be the guy you would talk about. Dwight Jones had a great college career. What happened to him after that, who knows? But the Downs, he's fast. That helps, right? But more than that, he has such great change of direction in the short field. I mean, he can just change on a dime, and it's very tough because in that short field, if they've got him a man-to-man on him, he's going to leave that guy at some point. You just got to watch for when it's going to be. He's going to get away from that guy. If it's zone, he's just going to sit down. He's going to get into zone, sit down, and he's going to be open again. So he virtually has the opportunity to get open because of his quickness and ability to change directions that most receivers do not have. That kind of body control is just special. And so you can put up all kinds of names if you want to for North Carolina in terms of receivers, but Downs is that guy. He's a career generational talent at wideout. And North Carolina's going to have to replace that guy next year. I'm not looking forward to it because that's a heck of a security blanket, knowing you've got one guy that's going to get open.
Yeah. Jason, he's got the physical ability, but it's the added layer of he just knows how to play the game, right? He knows how to do things that guys with equal physical talent can't do. And like somebody posted, Ray Ram in the chat, he catches everything that's around him.
Yes, a lot of what you see with him is, and by the way, Buck, it's not just the change of direction; it's the change of speed. That's the other thing that makes him so difficult to defend. And getting to what you're talking about, Tommy, it's the ability, not just the ability, but the feel for how to change speed, how to set a guy up, and then all of a sudden burst at the right moment to create space. That shows that, you know, he's not just going out there and running the steps on the route, right? He's going out there and he understands how to set a guy up in the confines of the route. And so, you know, the best way to think about him in that respect is you think about these, you know, the best one-on-one point guards who can handle the ball, like, you know, and you get them with a defender and they just know how to set that guy up, and he's going this way and you think he's going full speed, and then all of a sudden stop, and then he's going full speed, and all of a sudden he's by a guy, and the crossover dribble type players. You know, you think of an Allen Iverson or a Kyrie Irving or you know, that kind of ball handler to be able to put guys in a blender based on change of speed, understanding of, oh, I'm going to get you moving this way, and then I'm going to burst. It's that stuff that that sets him apart, and it's the feel for how to do it. And then, as you talked about it, there he also, you can see he takes great joy in the process of, again, he's like one of those and one type guys who really takes joy in the process of not just beating a guy, but humiliating him one-on-one and saying, you can't guard me, you can't cover me. And, to me, the comps for him, and I do think he probably is the best receiver in Carolina history. The comps for me are people like a Julian Edelman, a guy, those guys who you watch in the NFL and they have 10-year careers in the slot, and they just give NFL defenses absolute fits because you give them a two-way go, you give them an option route or something, and the combination of feel and intelligence and burst, I mean, that guy's just never covered. So, you look at an Edelman, you look at actually a Hunter Renfrow type guy. I mean, Hunter Renfrow was a pain in the butt for everybody who covered him when he was at Clemson. And he was that security blanket for Deshaun Watson and those guys. And then you look at Hunter Renfrow, you just look at him, and it's hilarious. Actually, you can go and Google this. You can go and search this. You see a picture of Clemson's wide receiver group out at like a pool, or it was like a lake day or something. And it's like him with a bunch of guys that look like NFL players. And then it's Hunter Renfrow, who looks like he's like the PE teacher from the middle school down the road. And if you look at that list of receivers, who's had the best NFL career of those guys? It might be Hunter Renfrow. So I think T. Higgins might have been on that. I'm trying to remember who else was in there, but he's had a really good NFL career because it's not just about the traits. And the thing is, he had that acceleration, that quickness, but it's the feel for that. And then Josh Downs has that, plus another gear that a Renfrow just never had and never could have. So, and that's the thing that and actually I see Money Mark in the chat makes another good comp, very similar to an Antonio Brown, right? Brown a little bit more muscled up, but similar kind of stature. And what made Brown so hard to cover was just how slippery, how good a feel he had, and then just the acceleration and the speed changes. And that's what Josh Downs brings to the table. And it's really fun to watch.
It is. And then you've got a quarterback that can put it on him wherever he is, given all the speed changes, all the twitchy movement and all that stuff. And Drake May still hits him in stride left and right.